Okay, so Sony finally announced the games are going to be coming out for the PlayStation Plus subscription service that's coming out on June 13th. I went through the list. These are the games that it showed are from PlayStation 1 and PSP. You know what the problem is? Where's PS2? Where's PS2 games, Sony? Because a lot of these games, a lot of people are not gonna play. The majority of your fan base are people who have played the PS2. As of right now, most of the people that have played the PS2 are a majority of your fan base. And these people are looking to a way for them to play their classic games. Why is it that I only see PlayStation 1 and PSP? And when PSP, for what it looks like, it looks like there's only one PSP game. Where's Persona 4 Golden Edition? Oh, Persona 4 Golden. Where's God of War Ghost of Sparta? Where's the Uncharted game that came out on the PSP? There's a lot of PSP games that are not here. And when you come to the PS1 games, where's Final Fantasy VII? Well, I guess it's already on the PS4. But there's a lot of PS1 games that are not on this list. Didn't Initial D come out on the PS1? Sony need to realize that most people just want to play classic games. And some people like the option to play games that they weren't able to play before, either because it came out a long time ago or they couldn't afford it at the time. So with the subscription model, they had to go two different routes. Either give us the classic games, which we really desperately want, like PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP, or give us a way to play newer games and the new games are also coming out just like Game Pass. Like, where's where's PS2? Why is it less than 10 PlayStation 1 games? Why is it like one PSP game? Like, what is going on here? Like, where's Budokai Tenkaichi 1, 2? Where's Budokai? All these Dragon Ball games? What the Naruto series at? Like, oh yeah, the PSP had Shin Budokai, right? Like, where are the? Come on, man. And I guess you could kind of blame it to the fact that most of the where's Tony Hawk? I guess you could blame it with the fact that most of these games probably can't get ported because they have to go through legal problems. They have to sign a lot of papers, give certain people certain money, because most of these games don't belong to the original studios anymore. Remember, most of these studios have been gone for more than 10 plus 20, 15 years. So other people own those IPs, other companies. So I can understand why it's a bit of a hassle to get those games to come back on the PlayStation 5. But they should go ahead and do it. Sign those contracts. If you have to pay those developers a bit more money, then go ahead. It's their game. They spent their time. They spent their years making it. They deserve to get a little bit of revenue or a little bit of royalties. Go ahead. You're gonna make that back regardless. If Sony right now decides to release the PS2 Classic, because I think that's what they're going for. I think they're either trying to release the PS2 Classic, and that's why they don't want to drown this list full of PS2 games, because they're gonna put the best PS2 games on that Classic system and sell that more. Or if that's not what they're trying to do, then the better option is that if Sony releases the PS2 games catalog and they list about 10 to 15 PS2 games, which include Tony Hawk games, which includes a bunch of WWE wrestling games, from the SmackDown vs. Raw series all the way to Shut Your Mouth, shit like that. From from the old God of War PS2 game, PSP games, to Personas, to the Persona games, to a whole bunch of anime, Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichis. If they release Def Jam Fight for New York, Def Jam Vendetta, if they release any of those PS2 games, or the old Metal Gears, if they release any of those PS2 games on this subscription list, I bet you they'll make so much money they won't know what to do with it. I bet you. Cause that's really the only thing that's really missing from this list. Sure, the first party games and the third party games from the PS4, PS5 game lineup looks pretty good. Okay, I can understand that, and they probably get updated every couple of weeks with brand new games on the horizon. They probably won't put brand new games in general because they want to be able to make as much money as possible. And then they probably, as soon as they see the game drying up, probably like within a month or two, almost like the movies when it comes to like big budget movies, how they'll have it in the movie theater for 1 or 2 months. And then after that, they'll release it on video. They'll release it on streaming sites and make a bit more money off of that. They're gonna do the same thing here. They're gonna release new games like God of War Ragnarok, and then after 1 or 2 months, they're gonna release it on the PlayStation Plus lineup because they'll be able to make more money on top of that. But the biggest issue is the new PS2 games. That's my problem with this. That's my problem with this whole entire thing. Oh no, that's not my only problem. Because then you look at the PS3 games and you're like, whoa, what's going on here? There's a lot of PS3 games I don't see here. There's a lot of good ones I see here though. Right? There's a lot of good ones. You got the Infamous series. Infamous is right here. Like, in order for you to play these PS3 games, it's through streaming. If you don't have good internet, it's going to be a really bad problem for you to play these games. And honestly speaking, just from looking at this list, most of these games you can find on PlayStation Now right now. And they expect you to pay $120 for this. Look, I'm down for it if you add in PS2 games. There's a lot of games on the PS2 that needs to be ported. I know Sony can do it. You guys can. It's possible. Sony can do it. Maybe they gotta go through a lot of legal problems, but they can still do it. Just when Sony releases those PS2 games, and they at least give us like 15 of them, and they're not the same ones we got on PS3 or the ones that used to be on PS4 but somehow disappeared. Cause I got a good feeling they're gonna release the PS2 Classic eventually. Release those PS2 games, and a bunch of PS1 games, and a bunch of PSP games, and a bunch of PS3 games, and I'll bet you you'll sell more than Game Pass. Easily. I'll bet you there'll be more subscriptions for this than Game Pass. Easily. Easily. But until then, Game Pass is a much better subscription.